What's up, y'all? It's Ebony, just coming to you from a long day. It was a couple things I want to talk about today, but so I won't be too long. I'm gonna talk about how it feels to work in the nurse and tech or just healthcare worker shortage. Okay, if y'all don't mind, I'm probably gonna talk while I eat, like we friends. All right. So it feels draining. Excuse any background noise you hear because my dog decided to play right now. But it feels a little draining. Because and I think the atmosphere is hopeless. But I'm not one of those that like to give into that. Because okay, for instance, the clinic I work at now, we are going from a 6-day clinic to a 3-day. And because of COVID, the other days, of course, will be for COVID patients. Well, I already know it's gonna be some long days, which I don't mind working. That don't mean I don't be tired. I'm tired now. And all I worked this week was Monday. Day 3. But I still have to work Saturday. And I agreed to help out and work tomorrow. Because we have some coworkers out due to COVID. So it's a lot. I'm just coming to y'all raw, real, like, it can be exhausting. And that's why I say, like, dialysis is a labor of love. It's one of those types of jobs that you really gotta love what you do. People actually don't believe me when I say I love my job. But that's because they don't love their job. So I'm not gonna let them. I'm not moved by how they feel about how I feel about my job. Like, when people don't like that, and I've been in jobs where I hated them, right? Maybe this is going to be a ramble. Sorry. I've been in jobs where I hated them. For instance, I worked the dialysis floor. I left the dialysis floor, went to billing, stayed in billing for a year, but a week of doing billing, my first week of billing, I was like, this is not it. This is not it. So, but I stayed in it. Like, okay, maybe, especially when we went home. So basically, I did billing for 2020. I stayed in it because I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be better when I work from home. It wasn't. I still hated it. And I was still miserable. And that's when I made my mind up in 2020, even though it is now 2022, that I had to really think, like, what do I really like to do? Now, will I do dialysis forever? No, not even gonna lie to you. Because I love the body. I love to learn different things about the body. So I would love to, go into a different field, maybe cancer. I don't know. Cancer is what my other options that I've thought of. Even in, with my nursing career, but that doesn't mean that I would completely stop with dialysis. But I don't know, the shortage feels surreal. It feels surreal. And like I said, I'm tired now, but I'm like, work's gotta get done. Like, just gotta get done. And the patients need people. They're in distress. We're in distress. But we just, keep it pushing. So I be clowning at work. I do. I'm a goofball. Because I be like, It was too much going on. It's too tense already. So I find different ways to have fun. And another reason I feel like the shortage feels surreal is because I'm like, people need jobs. So I wonder like what the hiring process is like. On the flip side, I know a lot of people didn't want to get the vaccine. And they were upset about that, but you can choose to be exempt, whether medically, I can talk, or religiously. You can be exempt. So that's not a good one. I just don't understand the shortage because I'm like, I know it's plenty of people that need jobs, but I also know that, dialysis is definitely one of those, like, it can be a high turnover job because of the work, because of the atmosphere, because of people just not getting along, because of everybody wanting to be the boss, because most places don't have a charge nurse or a clinical manager. So that can create some nice conflict, but I don't know. And then some of it, honestly, I can't even put into words of how it feels to have this, to be active in this shortage. Like, someone was talking about a union. Honestly, I don't know exactly what that is, but they were saying because of the pay and how they were getting treated by the company. And I'm like, that, I don't feel mistreated necessarily, but I also ask for what I want. It's almost like being in a relationship. As I can tell, I'm hungry. It's almost like being in a relationship. Like, how you gonna be mad at your spouse if you don't tell them what you want? If you let them know what you need, what you want, your boundaries, your expectations, and then allow them to follow through, even yourself. If your spouse tells you what you want or whatnot, and they allow you allow each other to follow through on the expectations, then you can't be mad, like, if you ask. But if you don't ask, if you don't say nothing, say, oh, they should be paying. I seen someone say, I was looking on the internet and I seen somebody say, the tech should be getting paid $20 an hour starting out. One, I agree and disagree with that, and I'm a tech. I agree with that because the work is very strenuous and taxing on your body and your mind. And you're just doing a lot of multitasking at the same time. It's a lot, okay? I agree only based off of like work ethic and consistency. So let's say like me as a tech, which I said this when it hit 6 months, I said, oh, I need to get an automatic raise. Like, I've been here for 6 months. I know how to open. I know how to close. If you know how to open, you know how to close. I feel like there should be a raise, or you should at least, you go talk to those that give the raises and ask them what's up with that. Instead of being mad and being like, oh, the company is not one person. The company is multiple people. And I'm pretty sure, which I've said this before, they haven't worked the floor. I'm like, if some of these companies, they're a undercover boss for a week, I bet you they'll change a lot of things. because they don't know. It's almost like, you know, when I talk to the nurses about how they treat some of the techs, and then it's like, well, when you become a nurse, and I'm like, when I become a nurse, I'm not going to treat the techs any kind of way because I know what it feels like to be a tech. So it's kind of like stuff like that. I know what it feels like to be a tech, and for someone to underestimate you and try to belittle you or disrespect you openly and in secret, for someone to try to intimidate you. I know starting out, you know, for someone to say, oh, well, they're going too slow. Bro, I just started like 3 months ago, and I just got on my own. I'm going too slow. I just started. Leave me alone. Like, let me catch my pace. If you ain't gonna help me catch my pace, leave me alone. Let me catch my pace. Like, that took a lot for me to get to this point, because I had that happen to me. So I just, you know, sometimes I just be quiet. No, that was in the beginning. I lied. I don't be quiet no more. In the beginning, I would be quiet and observe. Observe my coworkers, observe my team, observe like people that help me, that don't help me, people that just talk. Like, if you just talk, I ain't paying no attention to you. I'm really not. Or you're not a threat to me. Maybe that's not the right word. Not a threat to me. If you just talk, here it is. If you just talk, I listen to see if you have something that is actually important to say to me, like in the context of what you're saying about what I'm doing. I listen, but I just take what you say, the good. I might take the good, keep it. What I feel is unnecessary, I'm throwing it in the trash. It's a trash bin in my head, and it's getting dumped. Like, I'm not listening to you, because I'm not listening to you. It's like, you know, I really respect my manager, because not just because she would work the floor. I hate that for her, honestly, because I know it's a lot of work. But I know that she knows what it feels like. And she understands what it feels like to work the floor. So, it's like, if you don't do what I do, like, I don't care if you're a tech, nurse, whatever. If you don't open the clinic and you don't close the clinic, it's very difficult for me to listen to you about anything that pertains to that. Because, and like I said, I don't care what your title is. But if you don't do that specific part of the job, then it's hard for me to, I'm probably not going to listen to you. Straight up. So, anyways, as you hear my frustrations, but the biggest, I don't understand the shortage. If you understand, let me know in the comment. I just want to know. It's bigger than the money. I mean, it's bigger than the money. Because it's not just my company. It's all over. I'm like, what is it? I understand people don't, you know, a lot of people became entrepreneurs and, of course, made more money. I myself am an entrepreneur, so I get it. But I wasn't ready to quit my job. I just wanted to, I made a vow to myself that if I'm going to work, then I at least want to do a job that I like. So that's it. Because I'm getting tired. And I can ramble more. It's always a lot to talk about as it pertains to dialysis. Because it's just so complex. But let me know what you guys think. Ain't nobody take a shower. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Why do you think that we have a staff shortage, period? Like, Why do you think it is as bad as it is? Because I don't know. I don't understand it. But anyways, let me know. Deuces.